Hello, my loves. I hope you're doing so very well. It has been a really long time, and I just want to put a little bit of an intro into this video because I want to explain to you what I'm doing, but I actually felt inspired a couple of weeks ago to film a voiceover on my way home discussing a topic that's been on my little creative heart to share with you. So the rest of this video is going to be that voiceover, and I did not previously have footage to put with this, so I just want to explain what I'm doing during the video, and then you can listen to me talk. So I have been in several different planners this year. It's been a wild ride. The first planner that I was in this gigantic planner, which the planner itself was based on astrology, and the planner had errors in that information, and the company I had a whole thing with them. They won't correct it. Can't recommend this planner at all, nor the people who produce it, unfortunately. That's neither here nor there. I did try to use it for a few months because it was pricey, and I did do that. So I was in here in January and February. And then March, I went on a trip, and I used the Traveler's Notebook, actually. So I had this particular insert, which I was doing things in, and then I had the March insert in a TN. Then I came home and decided to do a rings planner, which I used for a couple of months, and then I jumped to my bullet journal. From my bullet journal, I attempted to use this journal for a few weeks, but it didn't have a calendar, so that didn't work out. And I went back to the bullet journal. Why am I sharing all of this with you? I am currently using the bullet journal. I went back in there in June. And I set it up in June. I moved out in July. I moved back in July. I used it for all of August, and now I'm using it for September. But I don't want to have to store like this block of a planner or anything like that. Because I don't want to take up the extra space. I already have like more journals than I can store that are filled. So what I'm going to do in today's video, while you listen to past Leanne talk to you about perfectionism and creativity, I'm going to take this planner apart, reuse the pages that I have already used, and slot them into this rings planner with the intention that once I have finished out the year, I will remove the pages I have used from this journal, put it in here, and then store this with my bullet journal, and God knows what else I'll end up with in the last however many months. But basically the goal is to put all of the loose pieces into the ring planner together, and then have this and my bullet journal to archive as my planner for 2024. This particular binder, in case anyone is wondering, this was one of those Sticky Club sticker organizer binders. I don't organize my stickers in that way anymore, but I figured, hey, why not reuse it as a planner when I was experimenting with the rings for that. So I'm going to do that. There are extra months in here that are just blank. I had set up June and July but didn't use it, so I'll remove those and make room for the other pages. Okay. I also, once I pulled this out, I realized that I have all kinds of things in here that were meant to be journaled that never got journaled. So depending on how long this takes me, you might see some of that at the end, but don't hold your breath. I don't think you'll really miss anything if you don't want to watch and you just want to listen for the rest of the video. But either way, hello. Thank you for being here. Whether you're brand new or you're an OG, I so appreciate you. I'm wild, I'm crazy, I'm insanely creative, and I'm hella busy. So I don't get to pop in here very often. But when I do, it feels like coming home. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed today's video and today's spiel and today's pep talk. And I can't wait to connect with you in the comments. Okay, my loves. Without further ado, let's get into it. Hello, my beautiful creative souls. Oh my goodness. It has been a long time. I really want to talk today about perfectionism and journaling and the fear of being human. And as I do that, I am having a human moment where I'm recording this as a voice note on my phone while I'm driving home from work, because one thing I've learned about myself lately is that if I don't do something in the moment that I feel inspired to do it, it will never, ever, ever, ever get done. So you are going to hear the wind. I'm one of those people that does not use AC. I drive with the windows down. It's the middle of summer. It's the end of summer. But anyway, there will be road noise. There will be blinkers. There will be wind. And I have no idea what you're watching on the screen right now. But all that to say, I missed you. And I hope that you enjoy our talk today. And if this is not your vibe, if you can't handle the all the craziness that's going to be happening during this voiceover, then thank you so much for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. So my loves, let's talk about the fear of being human and journaling. This is a giant topic, and I feel really inspired to talk about this today because of a Instagram video that I saw yesterday, actually posted, I think, in Shay, the Sleepless Pages stories. And I have a connection to her again that I'm going to mention in a second. But this idea of being human, what she shared was a woman's poem, I think. These Instagram short videos or whatever they're called, the reels, I hate that you can never find the ones that you watch. So I'm never going to be able to find it, to link it, or reference the correct person. But anywho, this lovely human was talking about, in her poem, this idea of how we never try things because we're afraid to not be perfect at them. She was talking about how there's this idea of we're afraid to be mediocre. We're afraid to not be a protege at something. So we never try, or we don't do things that we love, or we don't share things that we love because we're not the best of the best of the best of the best doing it. And, this poem ended with her saying something to the effect of what we're really afraid of is we're afraid to be human. And that really just it really resonated really deeply with me. And as I was reflecting on that again today, I was thinking about our journals, right? And how we're always so afraid of messing up a journal, or we don't ever journal about a certain event because we're waiting to have all the perfect photos and the perfect layouts and the perfect captions and make it all pretty and we don't use our good supplies because we think we won't do them justice because we don't know how to use it, or we're afraid to start a new medium or make a mess or an ugly page. And all this does is it just makes it so that we have this thing that we desire to do that we love so much, which is to use our creative abilities, and then we never do it because we're not like the best of the best, because we aren't someone who is going to come out with these perfect bullet journals, or you know, the little hobonichis with like the hand lettering that fits perfectly in each little square, or you know, whatever it is. And I'm not knocking anyone who does create their own things in this way. There's nothing wrong with producing insanely high aesthetic things if that is truly your authentic way of creating. I never want to discourage that or look down on that. But I think that a lot of us, because certain accounts or things like this that we see on Instagram or YouTube or wherever we are so popular, we set these people sharing these creations as the bar, right? They're like, oh, they have like thousands upon thousands of followers or millions or whatever, who's you what's it's and brand deals and blah 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 blah, right? So in order to be good at journaling, in order to be good at art, in order to whatever, then we need to be able to draw like them, or write like them, or organize a layout like them, or we need to be able to keep a 1 line a day journal, or we need to be able to fill up an entire hobonichi to its entire whatever. Like there's so much pressure that we put on ourselves, and all of these like rules that we make up about what it is that our art should look like, or our journals should look like. And what this does is it just makes it so that we don't create, so that we don't feel like what is authentically being desired to be expressed through our creative output, through our writing, through our painting, through our drawing, through our collaging, through our recycled art, or gluing and sticking, however it is that you like to express yourself creatively. We don't do it because it's not perfect. But we're not perfect. We're human. And the whole point of making a fucking journal to begin with is to record what it's like to be a human in our personal experience. And this is one thing that I've really been thinking about a lot lately, because I'm just realizing I mentioned Shay, was going to loop back to that and didn't. I'll get back there eventually. I promise. But I've been thinking about this a lot lately because I don't share a lot on this channel anymore. I'm sure you've all noticed, right? All of my OGs are like, Leanne, what WTF, we miss you so much. And I miss you too. Like, please, I miss you too. Thank you for still being here. Side note, I do still have a YouTube channel. I do still create content. I'm doing a lot more mystical, witchy shit. Now I do a lot of card readings. I just started doing Akashic record readings. I do classes that incorporate journaling and tarot and all kinds of things. So I will leave those links below if you are so inclined and would like to continue to be in my world and didn't know that. You can check that out down there. But back to the journaling. I no longer journal in the way that I was journaling when I created this channel. And that has me arriving in a place of I don't know what to share with you guys, because my journaling doesn't look like it did before. And I had the beautiful privilege of meeting someone for an Akashic record reading the other day. One of you lovely humans, if you're watching this, shout out to you, you know who you are. And she was sharing with me how she found me on this YouTube channel way back in my Omni Journal days in 2017, which blew my mind. And she was sharing with me how, over the years she had just continued to follow my journey, and how much, that had meant to her, that we kind of in a way evolved together, and it really blew my mind. And it also made me realize, how important it is to show up in an authentic way, because you never know who's still watching. And if you've been here for forever and you're like still following along, like, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you, because holy wow, I did not expect that when I got on that beautiful call with one of you, but it was a really, really cool moment. Okay, just had a weird traffic thing. I don't know what the fuck that truck's doing, but anyway, I lost my train of thought. Oh, Omni journals. So the way that I'm journaling now is basically, I'm back to the Omni journal, but I'm not doing art really anymore. I haven't used a sticker in a long time. Most of my journaling now is the occasional collage bit and colorful titles with writing. And how I'm expressing my creative gifts is through creating experiences to guide people through, because that's how my creativity is wanting to be expressed at the moment. And this made me think about my journals, because obviously I had this crisis of like, I can't come on here to Leanne Journals, formerly Creatively Free to Be Me, and share my journal with you, because it's nothing special. It's all writing, right? I can share with you, I was in this journal and here are the things that I was like talking about. Here's the collage I put on the cover, but like that's about it. And the reason that is because I am now journaling what it's like to be my human. I'm not journaling so that I have any keepsakes to look back on, because if I'm honest, guys, I pretty much never look back at my journals. I have so many journals that now have like ex-boyfriends in them and like all kinds of other things, and like they remind me of really hard times in my life. But when I look back on them, they aren't really telling the story of what it was like to be me at that moment. They're just showing some fun, painty highlight reels. And I'm not discounting the journaling that I've done, or creative journaling in general, because it's a tool, right? That was a tool for me during that period of my life that saved me. And it brought me so much delight to share that with you. But now that I'm in this new chapter of my life, that's not what's bringing me life anymore. I'm getting to know myself on a deeper level. I'm taking a lot of classes. I've worked on a lot of psychic development. I've been studying and teaching the tarot for years. Like, there's so many other things that I'm doing that focus on the experience of actually doing it, which I don't log. And then my reflections or my thoughts or whatever, notes I'm taking on classes I'm doing, ideas I had, journaling out my feelings or like the crap that's going on in my head. Those are the things that are going in my journal. And I'm still using it as a tool. It's still a record of what it's like in my life right now, but it's not about capturing a photo of this place that I went. I'm more focused on being present and having the experience in the place that I went, and then just letting that be part of my life and logging any insights that I had from that. I'm like losing my voice. I have to pause and take a drink. Okay. So I don't know if this is going to flow smoothly because I had to take a pause there, but my journal has now become a place where I'm just, as and when I feel I need to, going in and being raw and fucking honest. about what's going on. And part of that has come from the intimacy that I've cultivated with myself over the years. And part of that is just recognizing that for me, my journals are really a tool. If your journals are to keep a record so that you can share something with somebody later on, I'm not discounting that at all. I think that's beautiful. You keep doing your beautiful fucking thing. Like, please do. But for me, journaling has always been about the process. And it's only natural, right, that my process has evolved and changed as I have evolved and changed. And my process is just about being human and supporting my human and allowing my human to not journal for forever and to make a page that I end up not liking the look of, to write in different colors, to express things, to ask myself questions and then answer them, to be messy and make spelling mistakes and take random ass notes and write down quotes, and that rhymed. And whatever the hell I want, because it's my life and I'm creating it. My creation is now my life. And my journal is just a supporting ally in the creation of that life. It allows me to come and reflect and see what's going on and untangle the bullshit that happens in my brain and perhaps look at things in a new way. And it's only deepened my love for journaling, and I'm just really excited about where I'm at with that right now. And I really wanted to bring in this piece of like being human, because a lot of us don't want to be human in our journals, which is so like weird when you think about it, right? You think about a journal as a record of a life, but life is messy and wild and chaotic, and there's no way that I could record every single thing that has ever happened to me. And I don't want to, because because why, right? So when I do record things, a lot of the time, they're like, in hindsight, it's like, oh, I'm a little nostalgic. Maybe I want to find that photo or talk about this thing I remembered, or, you know, we're wired to tell stories, and I feel that stories can be told through imagery. But stories are told in hindsight, and if we aren't allowing ourselves to live our life and use our journal in support of that, and then tell stories of importance after, then what's the point? What's the point of keeping a journal if you don't love your life? What's the point of a story if you don't know what the point of the story is? These are all questions that only you can answer for yourself, right? And again, this is unique to my experience and where I'm at right now. Knowing me, I could make a video for you guys like 10 months from now and say the exact fucking opposite thing, because that's just the way that I work. But I wanted to share this with you, and I also wanted to mention, in terms of the being human thing, you know, being human is actually a prompt for a creative challenge that I'm now doing with two of the former Take 5 Art ladies. If you remember those days, way back in the day of doing the Take 5 Art Challenge, I have teamed up with Shay from Sleepless Page, formerly Sleepless Planner, and Anna from Anna. And we have created a challenge called #EverythingIsArt. And I've been doing videos for that over on my tarot channel. And we're doing it seasonally. So the summer prompt was being human. And for that video, I made a video about decks that remind me of my humanity. And if you want to watch that, I'll try to remember to leave that linked below. But I want to invite you into this challenge as well. And I'll definitely leave links for Shay and Anna if you want to follow along with their arty goodness, and you're not so much into my, new tarot thing or whatever. You'd rather just do the art challenge. Definitely go follow them because they're doing the art thing. But it all ties in beautifully, right? This idea of we're so afraid of our emotions. We're afraid of fucking things up. We're afraid of being not perfect at something. So we deny ourselves the pleasure of doing something just for the fun of it because we think that we need to be the best of the best. When we don't. And if we're honest, right, the people who are the best of the best, most of them just started doing it because they loved it. And they practiced and practiced, and then they become, in the end, this great whatever. But they started out mediocre too. There's no good way to end this long, rambly session of talking to you. So I want to leave you with this. Journal however you want to journal. Express yourself creatively when you feel inspired to. Don't let anybody tell you or show you what your journal should be or should look like. Allow your journaling to shift and change over time. Don't pressure yourself to do a daily journal if you don't want to or if you're not inspired to. Allow yourself to be you. Allow yourself to be creatively free. That's still a motto that I go by. I might have changed my handle, but that never has been taken out of what I do. Be creatively free to be you. Your journal should be a place that you can be your human. It should be a safe space for you. It shouldn't be about making something perfect. It should be about capturing every little thing that you want to capture in its beautiful, disgusting messiness. Put your chicken scratch in there. Put your favorite song in there. Get your page wet with your tears. Spill alcohol on it because you're celebrating on the back patio. Allow it to live alongside of you. Allow it to be a reflection of your inner world in all of its beautiful complexities. And if you walk away with anything from this video today, I hope that you walk away with a newfound inspiration on how to embrace the fact that you are a human. And that your wild, messy, crazy imperfections are what make you beautiful. And don't let anybody take that away from you, especially you. Don't let yourself take away your own spark because you're trying to shine like somebody else's light. Don't do it. Because you never know who might be riding that wave right along with you. You never know who might be sitting on the sidelines needing your particular light. Keep shining, babe. Keep shining. All right, my loves, that is it for me today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoyed this long-winded, chatty video, I would love to hear anything that you would like to share in relation to this topic down below. Sometimes it does take me a week or so to get back to comments, but I do read every single one, and I do value your connection in this world of like fast-paced bullshit. Let's put the human back in human interaction. I'm a person on the other side of the screen. I'm not scary, I promise. I'd love to talk to you. Happy journaling, happy creating. I'm gonna keep rambling, so I'll leave you here, and I hope to be back soon. Take care, my loves. Bye.